Hey everyone, today I'm making a 12-inch cat block with a border. This is super easy and a great project for scraps you have laying around. I'm currently working on a full quilt with these, which I'll show you at the end. Let's get started. For this block, I need scraps in 3 different fabric patterns. One for the cat's body, one for the background, and one for the border. For the cat's body, I cut one piece that is 4.5 by 8.5 inches, one piece that is 3 by 4.5 inches, and two 2 by 2 inch squares. For the background, I need one 4.5 by 4.5 inch square, one 2 by 4.5 inch strip, and one 2 by 2 inch square. For the frame, I need 2 strips that are 2.5 by 8.5 inches and 2 that are 2.5 by 12.5 inches. After cutting, I'm going to set aside my frame pieces for now and begin with just the cat and background pieces. I like to start with my small squares. First, I'm going to draw diagonal lines across all of these 2-inch squares on the wrong side of the fabric with a regular ink pen and a straight edge. With the single 2-inch square in the background fabric color, I'm going to place it on a corner of the largest cat fabric piece. Which corner I place it in will depend on which way I want my cat to be facing. If I want a right-facing cat, I'll align it with the left corner, and if I want a left-facing cat, I'll align it with the right corner. This cat will be facing the right. I place it down with the right sides facing and line it up with my diagonal line forming a triangle on the corner. Then I'll pin it down and set it aside for now. Now I'll take my white piece that is 2 by 4.5 inches and my other two 2-inch green squares, and I'll pin them together right sides facing as shown. I want my drawn diagonal lines to be pointing towards each other like the top of a pyramid. Since I'm using a pattern fabric, I'm also going to take a second to decide how I want my squares to be laid out so that the pattern will be facing the direction that will look the best. These will be the cat's ears. Once that's done, I'll move over to my sewing machine and also directly down all 3 of those diagonal lines in no particular order. When I finish sewing, I'm going to take my scissors and trim the corners off as shown, leaving about a 1/4 inch margin. Since I live in a tiny home and lately I've been letting my couch double as an ironing board when I need it to, I'll head over to my couch iron and I'll press these pieces down however I want. I don't know if there's a best way to press the seams on these, so I'm just doing them however the spirit leads me. Next, I'm going to take my cat ear piece I just made and my 3 by 4.5 inch body piece and align them together right sides facing as shown. I'll pin and then sew. I'm using a 1/4 inch seam allowance for this whole block. Then I head over to my couch iron again and press, and voila, cat's head. Next, I'll take my 4.5 inch background square and sew it onto the side of the head. Again, which side you sew it to will depend on which way your cat is facing, so pay close attention to this step. Pin with the right sides facing, sew, and then press. Next, I'll align my top and bottom pieces as shown, pin, sew, and then press again. Easy. If you're following along, you can stop here if you don't want a border around your cat, but I do want a border so that my cats are all looking out of their own little windows. So now I'll retrieve my border pieces. I start this by taking my shorter border pieces and aligning them to the sides of my cats with the right sides facing. I'll pin, sew, and then press again. Then I'll do the same with my longer pieces on the top and bottom. And there you have it. Here's my cat block. And here's my whole finished cat army. I love how tacky and cute they are. Thanks for watching and happy quilting.